guys, so today I'm going to be sharing a little bit more about this bracelet that I have. I call this my niece bracelet or my niece's bracelet, my matching bracelet with my niece. I don't really have like a specific name besides that it's, you know, for her, and I have the exact same bracelet set up for her besides one charm on here, and then there's a couple variants. But for the most part, she has everything that's on this, and there's a meaning behind pretty much everything, or just, you know, cutesy things that kind of match or represent in some way. So I wanted to share it with you guys today. It is finally pretty much completed. I'll kind of explain as I go on, but this is the bracelet overall. And I do want to share too, I finally got this new ring, and I'm so excited that I got it in the pink. I'm so happy about it, and I've just been wearing it every day, so I love that. And it was fitting for this video, so I thought I would wear it, even though I haven't really taken it off. So to get started, I'm going to just open this up here so we can have like a better view. If I can do it behind a camera. It's not the easiest thing, so those who do it often, I give you props. So I think I'll start at this side because this is kind of where things differ the most or may change. So overall, this bracelet is on a 19 centimeter Pandora Moments Classic bracelet. It is the oxidized with the silver bail or barrel, and I actually never thought I would get this kind of oxidized bracelet, but I had been watching YouTube videos and different things like that, and it just kind of kept growing on me a little bit here and there, and I was like, but I don't have anything that would work with it. And one day I was like, why wouldn't it work with that bracelet? So I guess I should also state, for the collection I have for my niece, so these are like pretty much the complete collection of kind of like random charms that I have with her. I have a few others that kind of fit a 4th of July type theming, and then like a random, like the UK chick for Easter, and then Christmas charms. So, but when it comes to kind of like the everyday wearing type of charms that aren't really holiday-esque, these are pretty much all of them, besides a couple Muranos, which I originally intended to put on here, that I also have for her. But this is kind of what I would say the most complete set of bracelet besides Christmas, and I just don't have a bracelet to put those on. I will also state I don't have a bracelet for her charms. She just kind of has loose charms because she is only 5 right now, almost 6, and really I don't know what size wrist she's gonna have in the future, and so I figure like if obviously they weren't gonna be making bracelets anymore, then I would go ahead and pick a few different sizes and just, you know, hope one would fit. But because, you know, Pandora is made up of the Moments collection for the most part, I don't see that being a problem in the future, at least when she'll be able to wear it. So that is kind of the overall, you know, background, I suppose. But I did decide, you know, this oxidized bracelet was just so pretty for this set of charms, and so I was like, you know what, it's perfect, I'm gonna grab it. And I found someone who was trying to resell this bracelet, and it was the perfect fit, perfect size, and she like really said she never wore it, and when I got it I was like, it's brand new. So I was really excited about that and just thought it was, again, the right fit. Next I have the Star and Moon safety chain. I think this one is just really cute. You know, I've never been like the biggest fan of the safety chains besides their purpose, but when I saw this one, I knew I was gonna have to pick it up. It was interesting because at first I had thought it was going to be a retiring item, which is why I picked it up when I did rather than waiting. However, I'm glad I got it out of the way kind of thing, and you know, I knew I was gonna get it eventually anyway, so I picked up 2 of those. Again, like I said, everything is in 2s besides I think 1, or if there's a little kind of back and forth on some, which I'll explain. Like this C here, for instance, I have C for my first name being Catherine. My niece has a V because her first name starts with a V. So, you know, little differences like that. She'll have the V, I have the C. I was originally thinking about doing like an A for auntie and an N for niece, but I just didn't find that fitting, and I figure if she wants to wear it as a pendant or something later, considering it is technically a pendant, that she can do that. And then I have the pink potion ball. This one's just kind of for fun. It was very fitting to all the pink and whatnot, and you know, I just liked it, and I needed a reason for it, and I think these two are really fun together. I know it normally, I try to have them kind of sit like that, and I tend to just really like it like that. The only thing I'm looking at potentially adding to this bracelet is the new dangle elephant. Sorry, I'm blanking on the name, elephant, which I may put here on this side, or I may put on the opposing side next to the moon. That is the only charm I'm kind of contemplating adding to this bracelet. If it was a little bit bigger, I would also think about adding clips in the middle, which you'll notice I do not have on this particular bracelet. It is the only bracelet I don't have like middle clips for on the clip stations. But because of the length of this bracelet and how many charms I have, as you'll see, I have a clip at the end that's next to the safety chain, but that's about it. Then from there, I have the little two-tone crab with his little kind of pearl there. It's super cute, and it's actually a lot bigger in person than I thought it was going to be. I didn't realize it was such a big charm, honestly, but I think it's cute and it has the two little hearts there. And this one just kind of represents my niece and I when we would go to the beach. The first time we kind of went to the beach, or I went with her to the beach, she was like loving it, standing in the sand in the water, but she would still kind of get picked up by her mom. I was taking pictures of the two of them when I happened to go with them. And so she was picking her up a lot. And I don't know what happened after that, if it just happened to be that experience or not, but ever since then, she like does not want her feet in the sand. Like she'll wear shoes, or you have to carry her. She doesn't like the sand in her feet. I don't know, because I know they do tend to go to the beach a little more often now. I don't know if she still does that, but she would kind of do like this crab run, or like have you pick her up. And I just found it to be hilarious, and this was just so fitting for that. And, you know, I just had to pick it up. Then I have the perfume bottle. I was debating on this one for a while, but she always watches me do my makeup, and you know, she's a little girly girl. She loves makeup and hair, and you know, just kind of watching and playing. And so the thing that I would let her do is kind of spray herself with not my perfume, but my body spray, body mist or whatnot. And so that would kind of be like our thing. Every once in a while, like I'll just kind of do things in there, like kind of like pet the brush against her, you know, different stuff like that. But she just loves spraying the perfume and getting that. So doing the little makeup times or bathroom, like get readies and stuff together just kind of reminds me of that, and just kind of spending that little bit quality time with her, which I know is so girly and whatnot, but I love those moments. Then I have the little mouse in the teacup, and it does say "Be Mine," which is really fitting because I love Valentine's and I hope to share that with her in the future. But I did get this one because of the teacup itself, and at the time, I didn't know about the older teacup, and it's because one of my first kind of experiences with her on a outdoor kind of, I don't want to say experience level, but like we would do stuff at home, but like actually taking her to go somewhere or do something. She was very little, and we took her to tea, and it was my mother, my sister, and I, and so that's one of the best memories I have with my mom, and I know my mom really appreciated it with her. If you guys have not seen previous videos of mine, my mom has passed since, so that's just really special to me. And then kind of the little mouse, and my mom always liked little creature things, and so it was just overall ended up being extra fitting, even though I did get this before she passed. And I hope my niece will enjoy the pictures of that day. I know she probably won't remember because she was so small, but I just have some of the funniest pictures of her and kind of like captioned and just really cute. So that kind of represents that day and whatnot, and I really love that. Then this is kind of, I want to say a birthday charm, but it's not. I got this around my niece's second birthday. It's pretty much when I started to decide I was going to do Pandora for her as a collection. And I represented this for her year 2 in her life, because she would always look at the butterflies outside and point them out. And I don't remember specifically if she'd be like, "Oh, butterfly," but she would kind of chase them through the door in a way, not like run through the door because there was like a glass door for her in between, but she kind of like follow them. And there was a lot in the garden backyard area that we had at the time. And so that just kind of represents that. And that was just something she did a lot when she was 2. I don't remember exactly if I got it right after or a little bit after her birthday, but I do remember that's when I really started to go hard on getting her more of the Pandora pieces, and so that just definitely reminds me of her. I would love to get my hands on the purple version of this, but I know it was an exclusive outside of the US, but if I could ever find that, that would be amazing as well. However, this one is perfect for this bracelet because it's pink. Then I have this heart here with kind of the purple CZ / pink CZ. This one came out around Valentine's Day. I don't remember if it was on Valentine's Day or around, but I got it to represent Valentine's Day that year. Or Valentine's Day in general, again, wanting to share that with my niece because I love it and just how much I love her, and I thought it was super pretty and just girly. So I did pick that one up, and it ended up, again, being perfect for this bracelet. Then I have the coffee cup that reminds me of Starbucks and just coffee adventures and whatnot. It does say the little Pandora with the heart with the little logo, and then take a break on the backside with the heart. And I love this one because not only do my sister and I get coffee a lot, which is when my niece will be with us majority of the time, but my niece will always ask me if we can go to Starbucks because she loves the petite vanilla scones, and that's like her little thing. So she'll be like, can I go have a treat? Like, the little vanilla. She'll be like, can I go to Starbucks? So it's not really for the coffee aspect of it, though I am a heavily coffee drinker. But, it's just kind of more for the experience in our little coffee visits together. Then I have the little hedgehog. This is the old hedgehog here. And I love this one. It could not be perfect enough, and you'll understand why in a second. But I was able to get my hands on a couple of these, and it was so fitting. My uncle, my niece's great uncle, got her a hedgehog when she was, like, I'm pretty sure a newborn, and it kind of became her safety, not like her safety blanket, but in a sense, yes. Like, how most kids have like a blanket or a toy that they hold on to at all times, and they just, cling to it for the longest. And so my niece has a hedgehog stuffed animal that she has to take everywhere. And so it was just perfect. This represents that because it's a hedgehog and not a teddy bear, and it's her. So it's perfect. Then I have the Ferris wheel, and I just honestly thought this was a pretty charm. If you have seen one of my previous hauls, I showed that I picked these up. And really, I hope to take her to the fair and go on the Ferris wheels with her and different things like that in the future. But as of right now, I don't have a specific meaning for it. It's more, I just thought it was really pretty. I love this line, and I thought she would like it when she's older and appreciate it. And the colors just go with everything that I have on this bracelet. So it was a perfect fit and just something to look forward to in the future, I guess, kind of like a future goal to do with her. And then I have the glitter ball here. This one goes with Bruno the unicorn over here. I did get them at the same time, or relatively at the same time. I can't remember exactly, but they did represent her 5th birthday to me. She had a unicorn themed party, and so I got Bruno, and I just thought this one would go really nicely with it. Ended up separating them on my particular bracelet, but just the general idea of them going together and kind of representing her her 5th birthday and kind of like her crazy glittery self. She loves glitter, she loves sparkly things, shirts that have those kind of you kind of like wipe them and they are one color and then you wipe them the other way, just things like that. So it was very fitting. And then again, her birthday being unicorn themed and Bruno, and she's just all into unicorns, at least was at the beginning of this year. And then I have the popcorn here. This just represents my family and my family with her and watching movies, and our family just encompasses popcorn and movies, and so that is that one. Then I have the two-tone jewelry box. I absolutely love this, and it ends up being so perfect that I found a second one at a decent price, pre-loved, for her, because originally I got it because I was in love with it, and then I was like, you know what, this would be perfect to grab for her. It does say my unforgettable moment on the bottom, and I just thought this was perfect because of me starting her Pandora bracelet and starting kind of her on a little jewelry collection, because I am so into jewelry. She watches me have jewelry, and she always asks about playing with her beads because she knows they're for her in the future when she gets older, but she doesn't have them now, like, with her. They're in my possession to give to her in the future. And so she's like, oh, can I play with them? And so it's really exciting to get her to see to already love them and kind of loving that whole thing. I remember when I was younger, sitting at this table with my grandmother and using like those little plastic beads. I don't remember what kind of beads they're called, but not the pony beads, but the other ones, and stringing beads and necklaces together with my grandmother. And I hope to have those kinds of memories with her, and just creating like a love for jewelry and fashion and girly things with her. I hope to do that more so with her when she's older, and I know we've got to now, and so it's pretty exciting, and I love that kind of representing our love for jewelry and stuff like that together, and just starting this Pandora collection for her and to represent things in her life. Then I have this one. I don't remember the name of it for some reason. I want to say it's Dewdrop something, but it does remind me of dewdrops, which reminds me of the water and swimming. And one of my last apartments, she would always come over and go swimming with me, and just kind of those moments and being in the water and, getting wet and things like that. And so that's kind of what that represents in those times together. And again, I already explained Bruno. And then I have my little Disney pink black white. This was a Disneyland exclusive. I don't know if it was also a parks exclusive in general in other parks, but it was a parks exclusive. And I got this one for me. I did get a different one for her. It's kind of like a crystal CZ with the open heads on it. That's hers, and that was for our first Disneyland trip together, and just super exciting. I love Disney. I love sharing Disney with her, and getting to take her on her first couple trips actually now, since then, to Disneyland has just been a lot of fun and great memories, and I'm very excited to be a part of that in her life. But definitely to represent the first trip that we had together especially. And then I have the little Snow White bird. This one originally was going to go on my Disney bracelet, and then I was like, I'm going to pick up a second one, because we were on a hike together, and just kind of like walking. By the time we almost got up to the kind of base of the hike, there was this little bird that just kept singing to us, and we would whistle back, and she tried to whistle so hard, and it was just the cutest thing. So that kind of represents hiking together and being adventurous, and that little bird that was trying to talk to us. So that's pretty special to me, and I'm glad I got to add that on here. Then I have the airplane, and this I think was actually the first charm. Sorry for the shaking there, I didn't mean to hit the camera. But the first charm I got for her, or second, one of the starters though, along with this one here. I don't know if I had got this one and I was like, okay, I'm going to start it. And so then I went and got this one, but it was around her being 2, or a little bit earlier than that. And I decided to pick this one up. Because I took her on her first plane flight. Again, I don't think she'll ever remember it, but I hope the pictures and videos she loves in the future, because I thought it was the cutest moment. I will never, ever forget it. And to all you moms and single moms and dads and traveling dads who take their children on flights, especially with a car seat, is a struggle. It is a big struggle, guys, and I'm so happy that I picked the flights that I did. It was like an early morning, and there was still a good amount of people for both ways, but the car seat, but thankfully she was sleeping in it most of the time. But trying to carry that when you have to try to get those little stroller things, and you can't take it through the security belt, so you have to stop it and then find a new one, it is a struggle, let me tell you. And so I'm so happy. She is a little girl. She is. The flight over, she was sleeping most of the time in the seat, so I could just kind of not drag it along, but pretty much drag it along. And then the second on the way back, she was helping me push it, and wasn't too rambunctious, and she did great on the plane. And I just remember we were playing with Snapchat and the little kiss filters, and just things like that. I will never forget having those moments with her, and so this was just such a special moment for me. I'm glad I got to do that with her in her first flight. Again, not that she will necessarily remember, but special for me in doing that with her. And then I have the butterfly clip here. This one I hope to get for my niece. I still haven't been able to find a second one at a reasonable offer, or at least that I find to be reasonable. But this kind of also represents the butterflies, like on this one, just kind of that period in her life. Also, she is a little butterfly, very colorful and a very unique little girl, and I love her so much. And I just can see she's so independent, and just kind of how butterflies, they group together and they kind of flock together, but they still kind of do their own little dances and their own thing. And I just find it very fitting. So I'm hoping I can find one of these for her, but if not, at least it's on here for me to represent her in that way. And so I, again, do hope to find a second one, but that's that. And I like having that here at the end again because I don't have the clips throughout the bracelet, just having that little extra security measure. And when I originally got the bracelet, like I said, it was pretty brand new. And so it did not fit originally. And then after wearing it for, I'd say like 2 or 3 weeks, it extended a little bit and I was able to put that on there. So if it does keep extending, maybe I'll be able to move it over and grab another clip. But for now, I do love it on the end and that being there, and these kind of all cover the clip station, so that's not bothersome to me at all. And again, that's my final bracelet, and you know, I really hope that you guys all enjoyed this. Again, as I mentioned in a previous video, all of these opinions and statements are all my own. I am not sponsored by anyone, nor do have the opinions of Pandora or any affiliates, so this is all me, but I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you do have any questions, let me know, and I'm excited to hear feedback. I love seeing that people have been really interested in my Pandora videos recently, and it just makes me really happy to know that other people share this passion as well. So I hope to see you again in the future, continue along this Pandora YouTube video journey, and I will be sharing hopefully more in the future. And I will see you next time. Bye.